Hey everyone, it's Daniel here from etfs. Hope you're all doing well. So, question for you guys. Can we see higher oil prices, right? We did hear from OPEC Plus basically come out and say that, hey, we're cutting production, which caused oil prices to jump all the way to $80 per barrel, basically trading sideways. Of course, the prices can change by the time this video gets uploaded, but can we see $90 per barrel, $100 per barrel, $110 per barrel, or not? Right? Very interesting to see that oil is still having a tough time to move up higher. Although you may say that, okay, you're seeing the supply is being cut, it's being constrained. So if there's lower supply, oil prices should move up, right? And why was the cut happen? Why did the cut happen? Well, they argued that, okay, you're not going to see the demand like we saw before. We're seeing demand fall, so we need to cut oil prices. So what does that mean? If demand continues to fall, will they continue to cut supply? Possible, which could continue to push oil prices higher. Possible. Yeah, you could have a reaction in the markets, but it's still, after that cut, that surprise cut, you're still seeing oil having a tough time to move up higher. And why? Right? What is it that is causing tough times for oil to move up higher in prices? Now, if the oil price does move up higher, it would probably be because demand is back and the recession's out and we're not getting a hard landing. And if that's the case, then one could argue that, okay, that would increase the inflation, the CPI report. You'll see higher inflation levels, which then in turn would bring back oil prices back down because now the recession's back in play, because higher inflation means higher rates and Fed's going to hike rates more than something's going to break. Okay, that's one scenario. Second scenario is that, hey, the reason why oil prices are having a tough time from moving up and they're not going to move up is because, again, back to the same answer, what I was saying before, is that this recession and this demand, the demand is falling because there's a recession that's overlaying and creating the fears in the markets, which is giving a hard time, a tough time for oil prices to move up higher. So in fact, the fact that a lot of people are betting that oil prices are going to go higher, JP Morgan or whoever it was, Goldman Sachs, betting that we could see, higher oil prices after this cut, may be wrong, because if the recession and the fears, and if we're going to get a hard landing, that may actually bring oil prices back down. Right? And if things escalate and demand really softens hard, and you get a hard landing in the recession, it's gonna be very tough for oil to move up higher. So you could get a jolt back down. Maybe prices could even go lower than $70 per barrel again. And especially if the equity market starts tanking, then oil prices will start to tank. And guess what? Of course, OPEC Plus going to step in and say, we're cutting to cause those big volatile swings in the markets. But if those cuts still enough to keep prices elevated? So you could get a lot of volatility in the oil market. So up and down, a lot of confusion. Definitely, I would say I lean more towards the bearish side on oil with this recession and demand crunch overlaying in the oil markets, which could cause prices to move down. But the only question is, how much lower can it go? Can it go lower than $50 a barrel, 40, 30? Like we've seen in previous recessions and crashes, that when that happens, we see oil prices completely drop. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But I also wouldn't be surprised if oil just kind of balances up and down and trades sideways because of the intervention from cutting of supply. But then the question is, how much could they cut to soften the drop in oil? Can they really withstand that? Not. Would they really want to cut supply and not take much of the market share and let other people take the market share? I don't think so, right? So I don't think that, the consensus is that the market has that higher oil prices. We're going to see higher oil prices. I don't think so. I think the recession fears are going to cause a demand crunch, which is going to cause basically oil prices to come down with OPEC Plus coming out and padding, giving some sort of cushion of to the oil markets with the supply cuts until they stop. And then if they stop, then sure, you're going to see oil prices completely drop if there is a hard recession, hard landing. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below, subscribe, hit the like button, bell icon to be notified on the next video, and I'll see you guys around. Cheers, bye.